Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fassio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. I'm Julius.
And I'm Hale. So, Julius, in 6 weeks, something massive is happening. 90,000 people will crowd into a stadium in New Jersey. Millions more will pour into cities across the US, Canada, and Mexico. And most of them won't stop to think about what they're actually walking into.
The World Cup. Yeah, the biggest sporting event on the planet is coming to North America in June. But Hale, the story everyone's celebrating? It's only half the picture.
Picture it. June 11th, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. 200,000 soccer fans converging. Chants echoing across the parking lots. The smell of stadium food. Kids holding up hand-painted flags from 3 countries. It's magic, real, human. The kind of moment that reminds you why we gather.
The UN actually reported this week that the 2026 World Cup is being positioned as proof that sport can build bridges and break barriers across global tension. And look, that part is true. Street Soccer USA is bringing free soccer parks to every host city. Bank of America is funding community access. Local economies are bracing for the influx.
Except, there's something underneath that celebration. Something the stadium footage won't show you.
3 weeks ago, Amnesty International released a report that barely made the mainstream news. It said millions of football fans, especially in Mexico and Canada, risk coming face-to-face with troubling security and human rights concerns.
What kind of concerns?
Transportation chaos in Canadian cities, highways torn up for World Cup prep, and transit still isn't ready. Host city communities in North Texas got $16 million in safety grants, which sounds good until you realize why they needed them. Gentrification pressure in Philadelphia, Houston, Arlington. Indigenous communities in Canada asking, who asked us if we wanted this?
So we're saying the World Cup brings investment, but it also displaces people?
Not always. Visa and street soccer are genuinely trying to make access equal. But the historical pattern? When a major tournament comes to your city, rents go up. Unhoused people get swept out. Small businesses close because they can't afford the new neighborhood. The celebration becomes someone else's displacement.
So why don't we hear about that part of the story?
Because it's harder to sell. A kid scoring under stadium lights is a story. A grandmother losing her apartment because the neighborhood got revitalized? That's friction. That's complicated. And our brains and our news cycles prefer clean narratives.
But the World Cup is happening anyway. In 6 weeks, people are going. So what do we actually do with this?
That's the question, right? It's not about cancelling the event or the joy. Look, the World Cup will bring real connection. 3 nations, millions of people, a shared moment. That matters.
It's that we go into it aware, eyes open. We celebrate the game, but we also ask, who is displaced for this stadium? Who's benefiting from the construction? Are the grassroots programs actually reaching the kids in the neighborhoods that were gentrified?
And after it's over, in July, the cameras leave. The world moves on. But the communities that hosted it, they live with the consequences for years.
All right, so here's what I'm sitting with. If you're going to attend the World Cup, and millions will, don't just watch the match. Actually explore the host city. Talk to people who live there. Go to a street soccer park. Ask your Uber driver how the neighborhood's changed. Become a witness, not just a spectator.
Second, if you're not going, pay attention to the after story. In August, September, after the tournament ends, there will be reporting about who stayed, who left, what neighborhoods changed. Read that. That's the real narrative.
And third, think about what building bridges actually means. Real bridge building isn't just about people from different countries cheering in the same stadium. It's about making sure that by the time the tournament ends, the people who were already living there still can.
That's your move. Celebrate. Show up. But go in with open eyes. Thanks for listening to the Reflect podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
And hey, when you're at that World Cup match, let us know what you actually see. The game, the people, the real story beyond the scoreboard.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.